Price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black First brothers and sisters, welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. Before we get started, please make sure that you guys hit that subscribe button, like button, share button. All of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel. And for everything you all do, thank you so very much. Now, we're going to be talking about a Chicago police officer who is now suing the department because the department refuses to allow him to change his racial identity. And this is some type of protest he's got going on due to the fact that he feels like the black police officers have it easier than he does as a Caucasian police officer. So this is the anti-DEI, anti-woke thing that they got going on. And now that the white police officers are not getting the promotions and the benefits that they feel they are entitled to, now they feel that anytime they see a black person do it, it's because of DEI or diversity, affirmative action, or whatever. So we're going to look into this situation and find the details. It says, Chicago cop sues city for right to change his race after department allows officers to change genders. Now, off rip, I'm going to say I don't, as far as all that gender swapping and I want to change to the gender I identify with, especially as police officers go, I don't think that that's a good idea. I see a lot of problems with that. I do not agree with that whatsoever. But let's look into the details and find out more information. It says a Chicago police officer is suing the city to change his race on his official records after the department said it would allow officers to freely change their gender to match their identity. Muhammad Yusuf, 43, said in a federal lawsuit filed last week that he is looking to change from, quote, Caucasian, as he currently identifies as Egyptian and African American. However, the Chicago Police Department is not allowing him to change his race. So he's Caucasian. This is a white man. And he's saying, well, I currently identify as an Egyptian, which is black. The Egyptians are black. At least the original ones were. And African American. So a black American. So why would he try, like, out of all the races? Now, notice when these people have an issue with woke and DEI and affirmative action, notice that there is only one group of people that they tend to target. He's not changing his race to Asian. He's not trying to change his ethnicity to Hispanic or anything. He's like, yeah, I want to be African American. That's what he's saying. That's his argument. It says the lawsuit comes as the department allows any officer's gender identity to be corrected to match their lived experience, Yusuf lawsuit alleges. And the decision is impacting Yusuf's professional achievement, he claims. Fox News Digital reached out to Chicago Police Department for a statement, and it said, quote, we do not comment on pending litigation. According to the lawsuit, Yusuf alleges that he has been repeatedly overlooked for promotions due to his, quote, Caucasian race. These promotions, he claims, have been given to other minority applicants, with only very few going to Caucasian applicants. Really? First off, I'm not sure about, who gets the promotions and who's the biggest sheriffs and who's calling all the shots. But based off of the interactions with police in Chicago that I've been involved in and I've seen, the white men are always the ones in charge. So the thing of the minorities, they're getting these promotions and you barely give any to the Caucasians. Tell me how it's always the white men's calling the shot. And I'm telling you, this is based off of what I've seen with my own two eyes. All right. But let's continue. It says, the 20-year veteran of the Chicago Police Department points in his lawsuit to CPD's promotion system that, quote, particularly benefits minority candidates, even if they did not score well on promotional exams. It continues to say, Yusuf specifically claims he, quote, scored in first promotional tier on the sergeant's exam in 2019, but was not promoted and is still not received such a promotion. Oh, well, Yusuf, man, you're just going to have to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, because this is the complaint that black folks, not just in the police department, but black folks in pretty much all forms of labor, all forms of the workforce have claimed that we get overlooked, even though we're more qualified than our non-black counterparts, because it's not just white, our non-black counterparts, and we get overlooked. Somebody walks through the door, we train them, and then they become our boss. This is things that we've been claiming for generations now. And every time a black person makes this type of claim, it's a whole bunch of people like, well, you just got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps and stop being lazy. Now, let me ask you, why do you feel so entitled, Yusuf? All this entitlement, you are not entitled to anything. If you were not promoted since 2019, it's probably because maybe you scored high on the tiers list or whatever the case is, but maybe your behavior has made people second guess your promotion. I mean, right now you're suing the department because they're allowing people to change their gender. So you're going out of your way to sue the department. So maybe you have a rebellious tendency to you. And maybe people have seen that, and people have taken that into consideration for your promotion, and people have declined with all of the factors included. That's what I'm seeing, and I don't even know this man. And I'm already seeing that this man has a rebellious and complaining attitude and character. And these are the things that you would not want to in your sergeant, and you wouldn't want to promote. So maybe they scored second best, but they had a much better attitude and a much better work ethic than you. All of this entitlement that Caucasians have, and they especially have it when they feel a black person is getting something, because they feel like that the superior position, and this is coming from Abraham Lincoln himself, the superior position should be assigned to the white man. That's what Abraham Lincoln said. It should be assigned to the white man. And if it is not assigned to the white man, something is wrong. And this is what Yusuf is expressing right now. Let's continue. Since that time, he alleges in the lawsuit to have seen, quote, over 75 merit promotions to sergeants, with less than 5 going to candidates who identify as Caucasian. Okay, well, maybe it's just the Caucasians need to pull themselves up by their bootstraps and stop being snowflakes and stop complaining. Maybe the Caucasians in the police department, maybe they need to stop having this victim mentality, and they just need to work harder and earn more and stop asking for a handout. You know, the same thing they tell black folk all the time. Maybe they need to listen to their own advice. Quote, despite Yusuf's exemplary qualifications and the purported race-neutral policy of the merit system, Yusuf has been repeatedly bypassed for promotion in favor of less qualified candidates based on their race, specifically African American officers, some of whom had disciplinary issues and were not suitable for the responsibilities of a sergeant, Yusuf said in his complaint. Now, anytime, just keep this in mind, anytime at all you hear them complain about I'm being overlooked because of my race and my whiteness is holding me back because of my race and other minorities are getting a promotion, notice it is always black. They are always black. They never say you let this Asian person get a promotion because he's Asian. They don't, all of this, you guys are picking minorities over Caucasians. Notice that you don't hear that when it comes to the Asian community. You don't hear that when it comes to Hispanics. It's only black people, specifically FBA, that you hear this to. It's not specific necessarily, but is especially FBA, that you hear these types of complaints. You hear these complaints anytime they see a black person getting something that they feel should be assigned, keyword assigned to them. It continues to say, Yusuf said he joined the force in 2004, and at that time, the department only offered 3 race selections: Caucasian, Black, and Hispanic. He chose Caucasian, and it was put on his official record, he said. Now, the department offers, quote, over 9 different racial designations for incoming officers, but it is stopping him from changing his race to more accurately reflect his identity due to a blanket prohibition against changing officers' race, the legal filing said. Okay, over 9 different races. I don't understand if there's 9 different races. And this is what he's saying. This is all of this stuff is what he's saying. They might have had those races, then now they're having different ethnicities as well too. And they might have added more races to it. I'm not sure. But if you signed Caucasian because that's what you felt you identified as, and now you're saying, no, I don't want to be Caucasian, I want to be African American. Well, if you identified as something other than Caucasian in 2004, why did you file Caucasian in 2004? If you were half African American, half Black American FBA, like you said, and then half Egyptian, why didn't you file Black? You filed Caucasian, and you feel like your Caucasian benefit isn't kicking in. You feel like, hey, I should be assigned a superior position, and I'm seeing all these Black people become higher ranked and gain promotions faster than me, so I want to switch my race. It's not because you felt that at the time the options were so limited that you didn't really have the option to accurately identify yourself as the racial identification that you truly identified as. You're switching because you're a loser and because you want to complain and because you feel like you deserve an entitled promotion and you want a handout, and you feel like switching your race, it will first off make a statement because you want to sue. That's really what it is. It's not like you want to switch your race. You want to sue because you feel like you are entitled to something that you clearly do not deserve, and you're trying to stick it to the department. It's not because there's only so little options in the beginning and now there's so many. No, it's not because of that. It says, after repeated rejections, Yusuf claims he was told he would first have to produce a DNA test before his race could be changed on his record. He then provided the results of 23andMe genetic tests, which showed his heritage and race, but the department ultimately said it was, quote, not possible to change his official record, he claims. I'm interested in what his 23andMe actually said, because he couldn't be a Black dude and be all like, you know what, I'm just going to put Caucasian. So he must be mostly Caucasian and must be using that one drop rule to be all like, well, I am partly Black. That's probably what he's doing. It continues to say, quote, the racial identity policy ban facially and intentionally discriminates against certain individuals based on personal identifiable characteristics like race, the officer alleges. The lawsuit specifically alleges the city of Chicago is in violation of Title V of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Okay, so there's that. Now, the thing is that it's ridiculous. It's not going to go anywhere. He provided his 23andMe. What does that say? Does that he's not mixed or anything like that? He chose white, and he was fine with being white. The thing is that he knows, because they all know, that their whiteness is supposed to give them a quiet boost above everybody else. That the preferential treatment and the handouts and the entitlement that they're supposed to receive purely based off of them being white is supposed to be silent. So he's looking at it like, okay, I'm supposed to be getting this promotion. I was the top in my class, according to him. I'm supposed to be getting this promotion, and you're giving it to these Black men What is this? You are betraying this. This is off code. This officer is looking at the department like the department is getting off code because I'm white. Why are you promoting a black man over me? Why is he getting a promotion faster than me? Why is anybody getting anything faster than me? I should be assigned the superior position. I should be assigned the superior promotion, the superior raise. All of these things should be assigned to me, or if not me, another white person. So what is this? This is off code. That's how Yusuf is looking at the department. So now he's like, oh, I want to sue, because he knew for a fact he was not going to be able to change his race to a half Egyptian and then half FBA. He knew he was not going to be able to do that. And he knew that, okay, when the department rejects this, and because of the fact that the department does allow you to change your gender, which is, yeah, that's a problem. That's problematic. But that's not the subject of today's video. But the fact that the department allows him to change their gender and not their race, he knew that he was going to essentially set a trap so he could have a case for a lawsuit, because he's really trying to stick it to the department, because he feels that the entitlements and the handouts that should have been given to him have not been given to him, and that he has to actually work on an even playing field. And because he has to work on this even playing field, he's losing to the black people who are in the department. Brothers and sisters, I want to know what you all think about this in the comment section below. What do you think about him and his lawsuit, him claiming that he was black the whole time, but he only had 3 different options and he chose white for whatever reason, and now he wants to identify with being black again? What do you think about, what do you think is going to happen with the lawsuit? Let me know that in the comment section below. Also, you should be following me on my various social media platforms, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and then The Afro Elite on Twitter. And the links to both of those are in the description below. Family, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. All of that helps the reach and the growth of the channel. And for everything you all do, I sincerely appreciate you. Thank you so very much. Now, with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, be one salute to every single last one of you all. You all have a good one.